What is up, YouTube, and welcome to the Extra Point episode 43, our 1 year anniversary, Nick. 1 year. How does 1 year feel?
Well, I'm 1 year older and 1 year wiser. So it feels great.
Feels great.
Quote
Great.
Tony the Tiger. So,
All right, perfect. God, that was
yeah.
horrible. So it's been 1 year. Our first episode aired March 29th of 2019. It
Yeah.
is April 1st, April Fools of 2020. So 1 year, just over 1 year. If you
Yeah.
don't know us already, I am Hunter, along with Nick. How are you doing, Nick?
Uh, I'm doing well, per
Well,
usual, Hunter. And you
yep.
are doing
Fantastic, Nick.
fan fucking tastic.
Fantastic. Same shit. Same shit. 43 episodes later.
Same shit,
So,
different year.
our three topics for today. First one, it's a big, big topic, and I'm going to get a lot of heat for my answer.
Yeah.
Would you, as the general manager of your team, pay Dak Prescott a big contract? So I know Jerry Jones, he just franchise tagged him. Would you pay Dak Prescott, if you were the Cowboys GM, a big long-term contract like he wants? Our second topic, who is the better running back? Saquon Barkley or Christian McCaffrey? You could also throw Derrick Henry in there as the best running back in the NFL, but ultimately it comes down to Saquon Barkley or Christian McCaffrey. We're going to debate against that. And then the final topic, who is going to be more successful? You have Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you have Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Who is going to be more successful as a quarterback this year and as a team in general? With the addition of Tom Brady, obviously, because Jameis obviously didn't get the job done. So, without further ado, let us begin. Topic number one. Nick, would you pay
Yes.
Dak Prescott a big long-term contract with the Dallas Cowboys?
Hunter, how many years has Dak Prescott been the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys?
He's been a starting quarterback for 4 years.
For 4 years. How many
Yep.
playoff wins does Dak Prescott have?
Do you believe that is a big zero?
Gotcha. How many playoff appearances?
What, two?
Okay.
Three?
I believe it's actually three.
Okay, three.
But yeah. So I'm gonna go with no.
Okay.
To me, he's another like Kirk Cousins that can just. He's got a great arm. He's accurate. He gets his numbers, but he's not a winner in the postseason, and that's really all that matters.
I tell you,
If the Cowboys want to be good enough to make the playoffs almost every year, almost win the division every year, and that's enough for them, then give Dak Prescott a 6-year contract worth $200 million. But if they want a championship quarterback, they need to try something else. They franchise tag him next year. Maybe he'll turn it around. We'll see. But they need to try another quarterback, maybe in the draft. They can trade up and see if there's another championship caliber quarterback out there, Hunter, because Dak Prescott clearly is not championship caliber. He is another Kirk Cousins. He's not even Kirk Cousins. Actually, Kirk got a solid win last year in the postseason away. An overtime game is clutch. Whatever. The Saints game is all that matters. And he had a good win there. Dak Prescott, nada. Can't do shit. So postseason quarterback is what they need. And they don't have one. And Dak Prescott so far is not the guy. Do not pay him, Jerry Jones. He's going to pay him. He should not, though.
he's going to pay him. Well, Nick, I'm going to stop you right there because you talking shit about Kirk Cousins. And may I mind you, like you said, he is a playoff winning quarterback. Just saying.
Wow, he's got so many wins under his belt. I mean, it's crazy.
Anyway, to me, he's a Tony Romo. He puts up the numbers. He gets the wins. But he is missing that clutch ability. I get it. He cannot win in the postseason, just like Tony Romo could not. He wins in our hearts all the time. But he cannot win in the
So
postseason.
sincere.
Wow. It is. You're welcome, Tony. But I get it. But you're telling me they're going to trade up from pick 17 to get either Joe Burrow, who's not getting, he's going to go to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's already said that. He will be a Cincinnati Bengal. To get Tua, who honestly, I like Alabama, and I don't want to draft Tua. Alabama quarterbacks are not proven. You've seen that time and time again.
Oh,
Tua's
AJ.
good. He's really good, but I wouldn't do it. Or get Justin Herbert, which is probably going to fall back to pick 30, 31, maybe be a first round, probably
God, I hope
second round
so.
pick.
That would be great.
I'm not sold on Justin Herbert. Or you could wait on Jake Fromm. I mean, exactly. The quarterbacks in the draft, besides the first two, maybe only the first one, it's not solid in my opinion. You've got Dak Prescott, who is
that's
proven.
First off, that's far fetched for going. It's a great quarterback draft class.
I get it, but they're not proven. Dak Prescott has shown he is successful in the NFL. He puts up the numbers. He's got great numbers, amazing numbers. It will blow you away.
Okay.
Granted, he's got an offensive line that's built for success. He's got a running back who is overpaid but gets the job done. He's got two of the
good receiving core,
which
defense is solid,
which they just paid Amari Cooper, phenomenal contract. But they have had a lackluster in coaching ability and coaching staff the past couple of years. So you could also put that on coaches as well. To me, Dak Prescott puts up the numbers. He gets the regular season wins. He just needs to get over that little hump and get the playoff wins, which matters. I see him winning the division a couple more times at least in the next couple of years. Because honestly, who do you got competing with?
Geez.
The Eagles, who are
Hunter, that's all that matters, right? Is that they win their division.
You got to get to the playoffs, and to get to the playoffs, you got to win the division. So that's step one.
But no one doubts that they can win the division because they have a good team.
They do.
That's a team thing.
They got Mike
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
The playoffs is a team thing. Winning the playoff games, that's where your special players come out. Okay, that's where you put good to great, and he's just good. He's not great, and great quarterbacks are able to win playoff games.
Okay, so who would you get rather than Dak Prescott right now?
Well, first off, I would tell you Tua Tagovailoa. Okay.
Yep.
Mainly because he is proven. I don't care if it's college. He is a championship at the national stage, coming in the fourth quarter as a backup, proving himself. I don't care if he throws different because he's a lefty and this and that. The guy is a winner. He's a winner. That's what the Cowboys need. They need a winning quarterback that can do it in the postseason. Okay. Look at what Tua did, and you can't be more clutch than that. The guy won a championship in the second half as a backup quarterback. That is what they need. They need someone like Tua that can come in, doesn't matter how the game's going, and win the football game in the postseason when it matters most. I don't care how hurt he was. I don't care about the injuries he has. When that dude is on, he is the best quarterback in college football right now. That's the guy to go after. They need to trade up. I don't even know what pick they have. Honestly, it's probably
17.
mid-pack. Yeah.
Who are they going to trade up to get to pick 2? Because honestly, you can't trust the Redskins. Ron has said that he might get Tua at the second pick. Will it happen? Probably not. But he said that he might get Tua as a second pick. So who are you going to give the Redskins? You're not going to give them Zeke. They've got like 4 running backs, starting caliber running backs. Who are you going to give them? Another offensive lineman?
All the running backs are so great. AP is like 1,000 years old.
Darius Geis
is
Bryce Love.
Geis done?
Second year. They're both starting caliber running backs though, behind a decent offensive line.
If they want to start winning football again, if they want to be champions again, want to be successful playoff team, they need someone like Tua to win those games. Heck, I'll just go ahead and say it. There's a free agent out there. I don't know how he's still a free agent. I know he's injury prone, but right now he's really healthy. He's your boy. Cam Newton could lead the Cowboys to some playoff wins over Dak Prescott. You know why, Hunter? Because he's done it already. The guy's made it to the Super Bowl. He's a guy that can take them and win playoff games and put them at championship level.
I do agree with you.
Prescott is just like you said. I like the Tony Romo. You got to throw in Kirk Cousins. He only has like 1 or 2 playoff wins in his whole career. That type of quarterback. Cam Newton, if he's healthy, can be that guy.
I
So,
get
and the
it.
same thing to me applies to Tua. So, Cam Newton, Tua, these are guys that are championship contenders, and they can push the Cowboys to the next level. Not Dak Prescott.
Look, and this is my only argument. All right, so I do like the Cam Newton pickup. I would
Oh, of
like
course
Cam
you
Newton.
do.
Cam Newton would be a phenomenal. I mean, I don't know if he fits the scheme very well, but they could definitely change that
Or
scheme
around
around
it.
to fit
Yeah.
him. Cam Newton would be a great quarterback, and they would do some
Mm-hmm.
damage in the postseason if he went to Dallas. Cam
I know.
Newton is going to be killer next year.
I agree.
Um, but as a franchise quarterback standpoint, you got somebody who's what? Dak Prescott is 26 years old compared to Cam Newton, who's 31, I do believe, or 32. Dak is coming up on his contract. You could pay him for another 6 years. I wouldn't go massive contract, but I would give him. I mean, he doesn't deserve like fucking Patrick Mahomes money or what Patrick Mahomes will get or Russell Wilson money, but he needs a good starting franchise quarterback salary. The only problem I have with either drafting a quarterback, you're not going to trade up to get another quarterback. I'm not sold on Justin Herbert. I wouldn't get him. And you're not going to trade up to go and get Tua at like
Okay.
pick
Well,
two to pick five. It's not going to happen.
okay.
So, and there's no free agent out there besides Cam, but
Okay.
still
Well,
to
guess what?
to get that, no.
They've already tagged him, okay, franchise tag, so they already have one more year.
Yep.
The year after that, let him go, all right? Then use the offseason to move up in the draft. Jerry Jones is not a complete idiot. He's done crazy stuff before in the draft to get all these crazy picks.
Yeah.
We know what he did in the 90s to go to Emmitt Smith and all them. He could
That was
easily,
Jimmy Johnson.
whatever, he could easily draft Trevor Lawrence next year. Jerry Jones
He's
could
not going
make
to.
that massive trade. He could.
He's
He
not
could.
going to though. Jerry Jones is a fucking
We're
idiot. I've
not,
said
we're
it
not
time and
saying
time
what
again.
he's
He's a
gonna do.
retard.
We're asking what we're saying what he should do with Dak Prescott, and he should let him walk after next year and move on, or start in this draft, or
I don't.
pick up Cam Newton.
I don't like it. I would rather stick with Dak Prescott, who is a winning quarterback. He hasn't really proven it in the playoffs yet, but give it time. He will. He'll do some damage in the
On
playoffs.
what proof though do you have? Because he's had the
He,
team can't get much better than what
okay.
he's had at
All
the
right.
start of his career, and he still can't
When they
win.
went what 14-2 or some bullshit like that,
12
they
before
lost. They lost to the Packers
14-3.
on a fucking field goal 54 yards away with time
Okay.
running down. And the score, I'm pretty sure, was like 37-34 or 37-36, something like that. So Dak put up fucking points. It's the defense that blew it. The other two games, I don't really know. I can't remember what they were. Um, but he puts up points. He is successful. His stats prove it. He's got a good team this year. He had a good team last year.
And the year
Defense
before
is
that,
shaky.
and the year before that, he had a great
The
team.
defense was shaky a little bit. I like Dak Prescott. Instead of taking a risk, getting somebody in the draft at like fucking Justin Herbert or below, or higher technically, or getting somebody in free agency that's not proven. I mean, you could get Cam, but why? You don't need him. You got Dak right there. I would just stick with Dak. Dak's a good franchise quarterback. It's a safe, steady pick. I just keep Dak.
No,
Wouldn't pay him all that fucking money that he wants. I mean, hopefully
I
it
gotta
comes down
disagree with you.
because
That's
he's not going to
all
get
I
any
got
money
to
going
say.
anywhere else. Honestly, I don't. The Cowboys are the best pick for him. Fine, you disagree. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not hurt about it.
Look, if he
I
just
like
wants to
Kyler.
win games and regular season and put up stats, he can go to L.A. play for the Chargers. He'll put up great numbers there.
They're not
They
going to
won't
pay
win any
him,
playoff games, but they'll put up great numbers there.
and he knows they ain't going to pay him. Anthony Lynn is a stingy motherfucker when it comes to money. You saw that with Melvin Gordon. I mean, I love it. I love that type
That's
of GM.
great. It's a
I
running
love it.
back. Running backs aren't worth all that much money.
Right.
That's a different conversation, though.
And speaking of running backs, we're going to move to our second topic, and that is who is the
Yep.
better running back? You got the best running backs in football, Saquon Barkley and Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
Who's the best? Period. The end. Nick, who are you going to choose as the best running back in the NFL right now? Which
Well,
one?
Going off the last 2 seasons, because that's all I can go off of, with Saquon being a year later than McCaffrey. Okay, I'm gonna go with Saquon.
Other way around. Other way around.
What?
Other way around. Christian's
No,
been in 3 years. Saquon's been in 2.
that's exactly what I said.
Yep.
Right. So I'm gonna go
Oh,
with
I thought you said the
Saquon.
other way. Go ahead. All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Saquon. I know last year wasn't like a phenomenal season, but he missed what 8, 9 weeks. The
3.
games he played, he was still phenomenal. Going off the year prior, oh my god, his rookie year was something else. Okay,
Yeah.
him and McCaffrey are different, but statistically they're about the same.
Exactly the same.
I think McCaffrey is more of a favorable to. You'd rather have him receiving the ball, okay, as a running back. Um, but Saquon, look, McCaffrey's really tough, and we know, especially last year. I don't know, he came out of nowhere, and the guy is completely ripped. He's strong. He's tough. Saquon has thighs as big as my head, twice the size. I got a big head. It's impressive. Okay, the guy can be a pound the ball guy. He can be a sweep run type of player. He can receive and catch football, and he does, and he has. Because of his size and what he can do better physically, I got to go Saquon. Now,
Okay.
if we're looking at just, stats, if you want to count, include all the receptions McCaffrey gets and the numbers he puts up receiving the ball, then yeah, you can make a great argument that McCaffrey's better. And this was a close one. If you think about it, I'd probably rather have Saquon. If we're going fantasy, I want McCaffrey. If we're going, I'm a coach, here are my 2 running backs. I'm going to sit and think about it for a while, flip a coin. Hopefully it's heads Saquon, and that's what I'm taking. So,
Okay. That makes
yeah,
sense.
it did.
Yeah, I'm going to go complete opposite. I love Saquon. Great running back. He is a dual threat running back. You wouldn't think it just looking at him. And honestly, last year, I
He,
was shocked at his receiving numbers. He puts up receiving numbers just as good as McCaffrey. Well, not
yep.
just as good, but a little less, but they're still there. He
He
can,
leads his team in
oh yeah,
receiving.
he can catch the ball out of the background, out of the backfield just as good as McCaffrey. I mean, he's strong, elusive, great running back to have, and he is the second best in football behind Christian McCaffrey.
Mm.
Christian McCaffrey, his rookie season didn't perform all that well just because he wasn't utilized all that well. He was still a little skinny on the smaller side of a running back. We still had Jonathan Stewart, so
Yeah.
Carolina utilized Jonathan Stewart as an every down back. But got rid of Jonathan Stewart, kicked him to the curb. 2018 and 2019 broke all shit ton of records.
Yeah, it
Most
did.
receiving receptions with as a running back. Now last year you had the 1,000 rushing yards, 1,000 receiving yards. Has 24 rushing touchdowns since being in the league, 15 receiving touchdowns in the league. He had 15 rushing last year. Phenomenal running back. And this is a guy. Here's a guy that when
Now
he
here's the
bulked up,
guy.
he bulked up. He was stiff arming the shit out of linebackers.
Yeah.
So every game. And that was last year. No, 2 years ago, his second year. And then it's just you can't tackle him. You know when Barry Sanders said he moves like water? Christian McCaffrey is the exact same way. Saquon, I don't see him moving like water. Saquon just fucking runs over you.
Yeah,
Christian,
but if you watch me,
he
he can
can. He
break some
can.
ankles. I mean, he can do it both.
He can. It's just Christian McCaffrey. He never gets touched. And that's why I think if I had to choose a running back to be on my team for a franchise running back, I would choose Christian McCaffrey. I feel Christian is built for the longer run. He gets hit less. He's doing just as good with it, just as shitty offensive line, just
Mhm.
like fucking Saquon. I mean, hell, what's the fucking the quarterback for Giants? I forgot his name.
Well, Daniel Jones.
Daniel
Yeah.
Jones is a lot better of a quarterback than fucking Kyle Allen is.
Well,
And
first off, that is entirely debatable. I think they're both pretty much young, no
they're
names
young.
that kind of had to play. I don't think they're.
I think he is.
Uh,
And Saquon, honestly, I mean, Christian, I just feel like he is a better running back to start a franchise with. He's a lot better of a dual threat than Saquon is. He's got better hands. He's a lot more elusive. He's not as big and bulk and can fucking truck you, but he can do it. I think Saquon's a little better in that category. I just think with a franchise running back, I would choose McCaffrey, even though he's a year older.
I
And
mean, I
it's
can't
not
really,
really that big of a debate.
you can't really, I can't really argue either way.
Exactly.
Like if it was all right, you get two choices, McCaffrey or Barkley. I'm gonna probably maybe take like see how iffy I am on it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna probably maybe possibly take Saquon. It can go either way. I
Yeah.
just think what I think of is, and don't I'm not trying to bag on the game. Okay, all right, Panthers Bucks. All right,
Mhm.
the first meeting last year, 4th and inches stop. You got McCaffrey. Poor guy. He was too weak. He was too weak reaching for the end zone. Saquon Barkley would have been able to pummel his way on the corner. You know what I'm talking about,
I do.
okay? I guess the sweep or whatever it was outside. Saquon Barkley would have been in the end zone there. That's a difference for me. The guy's
Well,
basically a fucking fullback playing running back sometimes, but he's you know that
well,
would have been a playmaker where you want to if we had Saquon, we probably would have gotten the end zone there.
Christian
The
McCaffrey,
power takes over.
he did break the plane, but it's fine. And I feel like
All right.
that was a bad call as well.
All right.
That was a very hard reach considering he's running to the left, he's right-handed. He has to extend the ball with his non-dominant hand to get to the fucking thing while he's got two people pushing him over on his left side. That's really hard to do. I don't
It
think
is. There's
Saquon could have.
few people that can do that, Hunter. There's one guy I know that probably could. His name is Saquon Barkley. He plays for the New York
I
Giants.
can see that. I can see that. But you also got to look at these catches and these moves that Christian McCaffrey puts on people, especially the second time they met the Bucks and the Panthers in England. And I'm pretty sure he ran a 30-yard touchdown, juked out 5 defenders, and he did not get touched one
Right.
time,
Saquon
including
does the same thing.
Devin White and Levante David.
Saquon jukes people out. Saquon and McCaffrey, they jump over people every other game.
Yeah.
They're eyeing people. That part, your argument there is good and bad because it's good, talking that his abilities, but Saquon can do those things too, and he doesn't.
They are the exact same running back, in my opinion. It's just one's stronger than the other, and the other one is more athletic than the other. I would say athletic. He can catch the ball a lot fucking better. I feel
We'll
like
say
McCaffrey
agile, maybe, or agile
agile.
would
Okay,
be a
yeah,
good word
agile.
for it.
I think McCaffrey can fit a lot more schemes in the NFL than Saquon can. If you just want a receiving back like Kansas City likes, you're going to go with
James White.
McCaffrey. Huh?
Okay.
If you
Yeah.
want a West Coast style offense where your running back is running a bunch of sweeps and inside zone plays on a spread, something like that, I would go with McCaffrey. If you want a power back,
You could say
vertical power
Saquon
offense,
for
I would say Saquon. But the majority of the schemes in the NFL are going to fall with McCaffrey just because he's that
nowadays.
more
Nowadays,
franchise.
yeah. I mean, receiving backs are big, but you already recognize he can also receive the ball. He receives
He
the ball
can,
really well.
but who's
I,
better?
I don't know. Last year, I
I would
thought
say
Saquon
McCaffrey.
was phenomenal, but he only played
Well, if you're
6 7 games. I
he
mean,
played 13 games, he missed 3.
no, he missed
Yeah,
like 6 or
yeah,
something like that.
13 starts last year. He missed 3 games. But you also
I,
got to look at the numbers. The last 2 seasons Saquon played was only 2 seasons, 91 receptions the first season, and then 52 the second, with an average of 7.9 yards, 8.4 yards. Then you look at
okay.
McCaffrey,
Well, you also
who
got
80
look.
receptions, 107 receptions, 116 receptions, all averaging over 8 yards a
Okay.
reception.
Well, you also have to consider the offenses they're in. McCaffrey is the offense for the
He
Panthers. I
is.
don't think it'll be that way this year. They might figure something else out with Matt Rule,
And you're
but
saying Saquon wasn't the offense for the Giants?
not last year because they had Daniel. They were trying to prove this whole Daniel Jones thing
I
last year.
know,
They
but
was
who did it fall
listen.
under?
That dude had way too many 40 pass attempt games. Okay,
And 20 of them went to fucking Saquon on those damn
How many
games.
games we talked about it last year? We'd be like, oh, no, Saquon had 9 carries for 80
Oh,
yards.
you're right. You're right.
I mean, he had really, if he had the workload McCaffrey had, he can do just as much, if not more. That's all I'm saying.
And knock on wood, knock on wood, I hope it doesn't happen again with either guy, but who did get hurt? Who has gotten hurt in the past?
Saquon got hurt.
He's taking these hits. McCaffrey ain't
So
taking
would you take
hits.
Gronk or fucking, Jimmy Graham? I mean, who would, one guy's never heard, or would you rather have, you know what I mean?
But who is obviously the toll? He's taking a toll with getting hit all these times. Saquon is. McCaffrey
We act
doesn't
like
get hit.
McCaffrey is the guy gets hit more than anybody because he has the ball more than the damn
Yeah,
center
but he's
does.
not taking these huge blows because he's dodging most of them and falling down. He's being smart about it.
Now, we'll see. Hopefully, he doesn't get hurt.
It's a toss up. It is a toss up. If you told me, all right, instead of Christian, you're gonna have Saquon for your running back, I'd be like, all right, that's fucking fine with me. I wouldn't be pissed off about it. It's not like, all right, instead of Christian McCaffrey, you're getting fucking Devontae Freeman. I'll be like, what the fuck? I mean,
You hate that guy, dude.
but
You hate that guy.
Saquon is a really good second choice for me. I mean, I wouldn't be pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Shit, I chose him first pick in 2 of my fantasy drafts last year over Christian McCaffrey. Obviously, it didn't work out.
That's your fucking problem.
Yeah, it didn't work out. But that's fine. So, you say Saquon, I say Christian. It's all right. Moving on to our third topic, and probably the biggest topic of them all, Nick.
This is awesome. I love this topic.
The NFC South is stacked despite one team. My favorite one, but it's fine. You have Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's
Drew
weird,
Brees
isn't it? God
and
almighty.
the New Orleans Saints. Who, as a quarterback, is going to be more successful with that team? And as a team, who will be more successful? Because last year, I mean, it was clear. Well, it wasn't clear, but Saints were probably going to win the fucking division, especially 4 games into the season. Now it's like, shit, I have to fucking sit back and look at it because the one need that the Saints needed is fucking filled. Or the Tampa needed, it's filled for the most part.
Yeah.
So who do you think is going to be more successful, not counting that you are a Patriots fan?
Well, first off, that has nothing to do with it. Tom Brady is not a Patriot, okay? I think his wife is hot. All right, that's all I have now for Tom. No, so I'm gonna go with, and this is really unbiased. Okay, I'm really thinking about it because last year I liked the Bucks. They were honestly underrated. Their defense was not far off at all from being really good. This year, I think their defense can be top. Well, it was technically top 5, but because all the turnovers, points allowed per game, they were one of the last. Their defense can maintain top 5 in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, Tom Brady's going to have the Buccaneers offense at least top 10 in football, if not top tier, top 3, top 5.
Yep.
Okay. Me and you both talked about it. Drew Brees and Tom Brady can both be MVP candidates this next year. Obviously, they're old. We get that. But they can still both throw the football. And they can throw it accurately and very well down the field. Yeah. Brees has he has one target, but that one target is the best receiver in football as of the last year or so. And that's what he works with. Last year, I'm telling everybody, Tom had nothing to work with. He still got it. And this year, he's going to have 2,000-plus yard receivers. He had 2 top 5 receivers in football on his team this year, plus a big-ass, underrated tight end. O-line is not that bad.
No.
Running back situation, they only have Ronald Jones, who's kind of average, but he's certainly not the worst guy back there. Yeah. So both offenses will be good. I'm going to go Buccaneers, though. If we're talking success from quarterbacks, do you flip a coin? I don't really know. I mean, numbers-wise, it'll probably be nearly the exact same. Okay? Tom probably should get maybe more touchdowns or maybe more yards, having a few more weapons. But Drew Brees with Michael Thomas, that honestly is already going to go down as like a legendary combination, quarterback receiver. Okay. But as far as teams go, Buccaneers, I think, should be better. And the best part about this whole thing is they're going to play each other twice a year. So it's going to be great. I'm really excited for it. I'm going to go Buccaneers will be the better team and flip a coin on better quarterback success next year because they'll both be great.
So, looking at the quarterback situation, you already said it, Drew Brees and the Saints. You have Michael Thomas and you have
Yep.
Emmanuel Sanders, who is a new pickup for
I
them.
forgot about that man. That's even
Big,
better. Yeah.
big pickup as the second receiver. Instead of Ted Ginn, you replaced him with Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah.
That's a clear
That
uh,
is an upgrade.
upgrade. And then on the Tampa Bay side, you have Chris Godwin, who took the NFL world by surprise last year. Shit, I had him on my fantasy team on one of them, and I was trying to trade his ass for a running back. And nobody wanted him. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm fucking screwed. Turns
I'm
out he's the
stuck
fifth
with
best
them.
receiver in the
Yeah.
fucking league. He was number one for like 8 weeks.
Yep.
And then you have Mike Evans on the other side, who is a
He's
clear
been
top receiver.
phenomenal. Yep. Every year.
With Jameis Winston, who can air the ball out, but with Tampa, and he is still putting up killer numbers every single year.
Yeah.
Uh, Between him, OBJ, and Kelvin Benjamin, way back in the day when they got drafted, Mike Evans, clear to me, is the better receiver
He
of the
is.
three.
Yep.
One's an offensive lineman now, but that's besides the point. So if you're looking at offense and quarterbacks, I'm gonna say I think Drew Brees still has the upgrade on the offensive side of the ball, just because Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, you really can't get any better than that, honestly. And Drew Brees, to me, he doesn't have the accolades that Tom Brady has, but he's got the numbers.
Yeah.
You can say that he has he probably hasn't had a better offense than Brady, but he has better numbers in general, just because they pass the ball a lot more. They're more
Yep.
of a vertical offense. Tom Brady is more of just check
Sean Payton offense is
to
really
exactly
designed for a quarterback like that. Yeah.
right. So it's nothing against Brady. It's just how how the offense is built. So I'm going to say Drew Brees is still going to have the better numbers and the better offense. It's very close, but you look at the offensive lines; they're exactly the same. They're both pretty good. Tight ends. They just got rid of Jimmy Graham. I'm not sure actually who do the Saints have at tight end? Jared Cook. They still got Jared
Jared
Cook,
Cook.
Josh Hill.
He's a great,
So
yeah.
you have Jared
Yeah.
Cook and Josh Hill, and then on this other side you have OJ Howard, which was he really underperformed last year. I don't think they utilized him all that well. If they could utilize him and Ronald Jones in the run game, I think Tampa will have a killer offense uh, on
With
both sides.
already good
I mean, yeah,
defense.
their passing numbers were phenomenal last year with Jameis Winston, but if they could incorporate tight end and the run game, it's not even going to be a fucking question.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that's going to shake up. If it's going to be the same thing as last year, I'm still going to go with New Orleans just because it's been proven time and time again, year after year, they're going to do the damage. As the team, though, to me, Tampa's defense is better than New Orleans. New Orleans, honestly, that you said it last episode. Sean Payton doesn't give a fuck about his defense. He can
Dude,
care less.
I'll just go ahead and say something. Look, I could see the practices right now.
Yep.
Defense is over there. God only knows what they're doing. I don't even know who the D coordinator is. It used to be one of the, it used to be Rex Ryan's brother. I don't know who it is now. But God, poor guy. I mean, he just has to do it all himself because Sean Payton, he does not give a shit. When his defense is on the field, he's talking to his offense. I mean, the guy is an offense coordinator.
Doesn't give a fuck.
He does not give a shit. Sorry. Let's go ahead.
No. I get it. You took the words right out of my mouth. They still have a solid defense. They have Cameron Jordan, Marcus Davenport, Marcus Williams, Malcolm Jenkins now, Kiko Alonso, Sheldon Rankins. They still have some good defensive players.
Good names. Yeah.
Huh?
They have big name players, but when you're coaching
as a team
put together,
they were okay. They've been okay. They haven't been their defense has been mid-pack, if not worse, the past 3 or 4 years. But you look at Tampa, I mean, they're a secondary away from having the best defense in football. They run a 3-4 get sacks after sacks after sacks. They just got Ndamukong Suh back. I mean,
Dude.
Shaquille Barrett was a strong contender. He was my number one contender for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yep.
And Devin White, Levante David, I mean, their defense is fucking stacked. Their front seven. Their secondary is still in question. I hope they can bolster the secondary in the draft, which I think they will be doing. I'm pretty sure they're going after secondary the whole draft, which they should.
Yep.
So when they do that, their defense is going to be fucking solid.
Yep.
So, you know what? At the beginning, before free agency started, I was sitting there saying, Saints have got it locked up again. But honestly, as a team standpoint, I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now have an edge. And that kills me to say because they have been the laughing stock of the NFC South for the past 8 years. I mean, It's been bad. And now they are my contender to win the NFC South right now. Not to mention, give Bruce Arians a lot of fucking credit, man.
He's good. I feel I didn't used to make fun of him. When he was the Cardinals coach, they were, good.
Good.
Once Carson Palmer got around, they had 3 or 4 straight years where they were one of the best teams in the NFC every year. Made playoffs, won a couple playoff games every year. Got wrecked by you guys 2015. That was the last real thing they did. But he is, honest to God, he's a great coach.
He is.
And I don't think he's the GM, but he has a lot of say in what he wants. So you can argue he's helped rebuild a franchise, another franchise, this one being Tampa Bay. And he is really good. The guy has my respect.
And honestly, Jameis Winston putting up all these numbers. I'm just going to talk about him real briefly. Bruce Arians is a quarterback coach. He coached Peyton Manning. Who else did he coach? He coached a couple more. I can't remember. Carson Palmer.
Palmer's another big one.
And him going to Tampa after 1 year and Jameis, he's like, he fucking cut Jameis. That is a note to all the teams to take into account that a quarterback coach just said fuck no to the franchise quarterback that they drafted in the first round. So I don't think Jameis Winston will have a starting job anywhere else from here on out. I think he missed his opportunity. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to go with Tampa as the team to beat in the NFC South. And just fuck. You got Atlanta. Their offense is
Atlanta's offense.
They're gonna
offense should get, barring any injuries, Atlanta should get 38 points a game.
They're gonna ruin it. Dan Quinn is a fucking idiot.
I know.
Tampa, you got Tampa. Oh my God, you got Drew and the Saints, and then there's the other team. So, yeah, it's crazy. NFC South, despite one team. So the 3 teams in the NFC South are just fucking killing it right now. Yeah. It's crazy. By the way, Jason Pierre-Paul is on the Tampa as well. Got picked up again.
Oh, you forgot Carl Nassib. So we'll just Carl Nassib, Jason Pierre-Paul, Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea.
Yep.
Big ass nose guard.
Yep.
Devin White, Shaquille Barrett. Fuck. What a fucking front 7, man.
Levante David, Devin White.
That's just crazy, man.
I'm telling you. And this secondary class is deep in the draft, and they are going to fucking kill it. I mean, I'm talking they're going to get a corner and then a safety back to back. It's going to be fucking crazy.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So that was our episode 43, our little 1-year anniversary. Thank you to all who has supported us. We're definitely going to have some more guests on the show. If you want to get on the show, please hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, or the comment section below. Let us know. We'll get you on here as soon as possible. And thank you once again for all the support. 1 year. It's been crazy, and we hope to continue this on and on and on and on and on. Do you have anything to say, Nick?
I do not. You took the words out of my mouth. Just leave a comment. If you want to be on the show, let us know. You have our information.
Yep.
It's been a good 1 year. Let's make it an even better year 2.
Absolutely.
Very cliche, but yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in next Friday at 11 a.m. and we will catch you later.
Catch you later. Yep.
Catch you later. Yep.